So in last class, we discussed about checkbox. So checkbox is nothing but where we can have the multiple options we can select. So like already we seen here, like it's a compound button. Compound button is nothing but where has two states. So that is having the two states. One is the select, other one is the unselect. So there's a two selects. So based on that, we'll write the condition here. Like similar this, we have one more component like same functionality, but it's a little bit different. That is a radio button. Means we can select only one, but here we can select multiple also. Means based on your application, like for example, in my application, there is a gender selection. So for gender selection, we use radio button. Why? Because at a time I can select only one gender. But in case of known languages, I can select Telugu, English, Hindi, whatever I know. So that in that case, we will use this checkbox. So like this, see where I'll create one more new project. With this new project, we will see radio button. Just I'll create a project name also with name of radio button example. Radio button example. So same workspace, just I'm creating this. So the project has created. So defaultly here it is also come with a constraint layout that we will change to linear layout. On the linear layout, we will add same like radio button. One radio button will add and we'll run the program. Like same this checkbox selection deselection will work or not, that we will see. Then we'll see the Java code. How to write that Java code, we will see that. So this is our XML file. Here is the code. So this one I'm changing to linear layout. So linear layout. After that, we will give the orientation for this. So orientation. Still this project has loading, that's why it's not showing the ints. So even for radio button also, we can use the almost same properties like what we used. See here, just I'll show you the example here. So in this, I'm going to the radio buttons. So radio button. Radio button. So like same, we can use the all properties, whatever we have, that properties we can use here. We'll see that how it is happening here. See, okay, still it's loading. Okay. So now done. So I'm adding this now orientation. So this orientation as vertical. So I'll copy the text properties from previous project because that's a common properties where we are applying this height, width, and after that margin, padding, everything because of the same properties. I'm copying paste here. Okay, then initial text I'm removing, I'm adding one ID, that is ID equal to TV text view. Then now I'm adding one radio button. So radio button, width, height, And for that, some text I'm giving the text. So text I'm giving that as mail. Then, so here it is a text. So because of the text, we can use all these properties as well, like padding, margin, text color, text size, and alignment, everything we can add. Then after that, finally, I'm adding the ID. So that is here R1. So radio button 1, like this, I'm adding. So that I close the radio button now. Like same, I want to add one more radio button because where we are selecting the gender, how we can do that? Like this. Here, this I changed as to R2, and here male I'll change to female. See, male and female. Now I'm running this application. First we will see in mobile, like generally what happens when we select the gender. If I select the male, then automatically it's deselection of the female. Then I select the female, automatically it's if it is already there a selection of male, then it should be deselect. So that should happen here. So that will happening here or not, we need to see here. Just I'm opening the visor so that we can able to see my phone there. Just I already connected my phone. Yeah, this is the visor. Just I'll close this one, Visual Studio, because of the two environment is little. I'm closing that. Yeah, now visor is also ready. Yeah, my phone has connected. Now still this application is running. Yeah, it is also Gradle build has completed. I think it's in between, it's disconnected. Just I'm running again. Yeah, now it is installing. See here, two radio buttons has came. Now I'm selecting the male. Okay, I selected male. So male has selected. Then I'm selecting the female. But it is not deselecting. Why? Because here, even though if I'm selecting the same, if I'm clicking the male also, it's not deselecting. But last time checkbox, when I'm selecting, I can able to select, I can able to deselect. That is happening there. But here it's not happening because of this is the different property, that is a different property. Here, for this radio buttons, if you want to handle radio buttons, there is extra one more component is there, that is radio group. So we need to align the components in a group. So like match parent. So for this radio group, I'm giving one ID, that is RG. So I'll close this radio group. Then now I want to add these two buttons within a group. Means like it's a nested, like how we are using the components in our linear layout. Linear layout, vertical and vertical and horizontal, how we are handling, like this we need to add here this. And after that, here I need to add one more thing here. So for this I need to give orientation also. I want this horizontal, see, side by side like this. Means radio group, for radio group also we can able to give the orientation so that it should be side by side. See now I'm running again this. Is there any difference compared to previously or it's the same? We'll see now. Just once it is run, we can able to see this. So previous one we can terminate. And now it is installing. Yeah, now it's open. See, now I'm selecting the male. See, when I'm selecting the female, automatically the male as deselecting. When I'm selecting the male, automatically female as deselecting, like this. Now it is working fine. But for this, I want to write a listener for this. Listener for means like as a user, what I selected male or female. I want to know that information. Then I need to write here in a Java code. But what should I declare here? Here directly I'm writing the listener for radio group, not for the buttons. See, group, radio group, radio group. Why? Because last time it's a single component button where the single component we applied that and we added that. But here we need to add for this. So here we need to add the radio group equal to find view by ID. So that is r dot id dot, what is that? We write as a RG. So this is radio group. Then I'm applying the listener for this. So that is radio group dot set and check change listener. Here also same, check would change listener only. Why? Because here also it is changing the status. There and here both are almost the same status, it is changing. But there is some small difference that is for component, this is for the group. Because of the component, there it is giving the true or false value, but here it is giving the integer value. Selected 1, selected 2, like it is saying that which position of the component is selected, means you selected male or you selected the female, like that it is saying that. Because of that, it is giving the return type as here integer value, and here it is the radio group. But here previously it is here, it is a compound button and it is a Boolean value. Just it is saying that you selected or not, it's a true or false. But here it is saying that radio group means you selected the group, either on the group, which component selected, it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, like this, it will say that it is selected like this. So then how we need to handle this one here? Like this, we are handling, this is the component. So here we need to write the component for this. See, I'm writing here if I int I already I is in I equal to 1, means position 1, I need to write the condition, else I need to write the condition. But for this, already we have the text view. For the text view, I want to display the same content selected. So for that, here I want to write first text view. So text view. Then here we need to declare this text view equal to find view by ID. That is r dot id dot, what is the text view, TV. So then after that, here text view dot set text of here you selected male. Just I'm writing like long text here. Else you selected as female. Else is selected female. Like this, I'm writing this. See, I'm running again this application. Now we'll see this, what happens here. See, now it is installing. Yeah, installed, it's open. Now I'm selecting this. See, you selected, email selected, it's not changing. I think we need to handle from the 0 because index normally start from 0. No, still it is saying this. Just a minute. Radio button listener. Java file is not there. Radio group listener in Android. Radio group. Uncheck change integer. We check. Okay. No need to write this condition. Directly we can write I. No, it is not taking this I value. Here they added multiple buttons. Case -1. Okay, here we need to write r dot id dot. I think we applied a listener only on security change. This is they're applying directly from the buttons. Okay. Radio group. Just a minute, we'll apply once again. Radio group dot set on checked change listener. New radio group dot on checked change listener. So like if else if it's what work, we'll write this case 1. So this is a switch case. We can write a switch cases also, like switch case how we can write here. Already we seen that, right? We can write in a multiple ways. One code we can write in a multiple ways. Like here already we seen somewhere na switch case also we can write. So switch ID like that we can write here. So we can write switch case here. Switch I. So here open this, like switch case syntax is like switch. Here you can write the position by position. So case 1 colon here we can set the text view dot set text. So here I can say that mail, then break, we need to write the break for this case. Then you can write the new case 2 colon. Here you can write the text view dot set text, the text, then it's a female, then break. This is the switch case syntax. So just after this output, I'll explain you about the switch case also, how we are using and where we are using so switch cases. So now generally the switch case we use in a different cases, like when you have right now we have 1 or 2. If 1 or 2 normally we won't use, but when we have the multiple cases like 10 cases, 20 cases are there, on those cases we will use the switch cases. Okay, why it is not displaying text view? Something updated here. It will see they given one more different case. If I equal to checked, yeah, this also we can write I equal to checked. Then I equal to true. I equal to true. Okay. Okay, we can write like this also. So we have to individually, we have already IDs r dot id dot, that we can reference that also r dot id dot. So that is r1. Then we can write this. So now we can set the text also here. Like this also we can write. So set text. Now it's a mail. Else we can write this text view dot set text. So this recently the other properties as updated for this listener. So because of that, initially how we are writing that if else case, with reference of the I value I01 case, it's not working. But right now we can write like this. So that we can write with reference of the ID which we given for this single component in XML. Whatever we given this IDs with reference of that particular IDs also we can refer that. So that is a as per the latest code that is here. See, it's a male and it's female. Like this we can write this. So simply here the checkbox is radio button is nothing but here in a radio button. First we need to take the components. How many radio buttons are there? Those all the components are we can take in a single radio group. Within the radio group, for the radio group we need to give an ID. So in Java, first we need to apply the listener for the group. So if you want to apply for the listener for the group, first we need to declare the group. Then after that group, here we need to add this listener here on the which is the listener. we need to write if based on the ID, which one you selected, that functionality you can write here. This if you selected R, this is a like this, you can add this is the component. So this is about the radio group. So for this radio group, after this radio group here in a UI, there are small other components are there. So those also I'll show you here. See here how we are coming here is, first we already finished this layout. In this layout, major layouts we already discussed. So the pending is a constant layout that we will discuss later. After that, these buttons. We are discussing about these buttons now. So in these buttons, as of now, we discussed radio button, radio group, checkbox. 3 we discussed. Now, other 2 components are there that we will discuss. So first, I want to drag and drop this toggle button. So this is also similar, like same almost see. Once I drag and drop here, or you can generate the code here. So toggle button. So the text is displaying like this. So it is. So this is also saying the toggle button like it is a switch, means on and off. So like Wi-Fi on and off. So such kind of components here we can able to see those. See here, just when once it is run, we can able to see that here. For this also, it's the same listener what we are using, that unchecked change listener. That listener only we can see here. On and off, on and off. So for this, already the ID is generated. So for this, there is no more IDs. If you want to add properties, we can add this margin as well as the padding. Only 2 properties because there is no text view and all. We cannot apply other properties here for this. So just because of that, I added only these 2 here, 5dp and 5dp, 2 properties I added for this. Then I want to add the listener for that particular toggle button. So then what I'll do here, I can declare here toggle button. So with name of something toggle button. So here just I declare toggle button, toggle button. Then here we need to initialize that toggle button. So toggle button equal to find view by ID, that is r.id dot toggle button. Then here we need to add toggle button dot set on checked change listener new component button dot checked change listener. This is, so this is similar as your this. So this is a b equal to true, b equal to true. Then for the same text view, I'm setting the text. So that is text view dot set text. What I'm saying here is t on, toggle on. Then what we are doing here, sorry, if so else we need to add here text view dot set text. So this is t off. I'm applying the t on and t off like this. I'm applying. See, I'm running this application now. So it's the same as a checkbox. Because of that, just I write immediately code this, no, without more explanation. See, t on, t off like this. Is updating like this. If I select this like this, same text view, we set at the multiple text. This is the toggle button. But normally nowadays this toggle button we are not using mostly. Why? Because one more new component as updated with this toggle button, that is switch. This is exactly now where we can able to see this our phones. Like that we can say as Wi-Fi on and off, Bluetooth on and off, like those. It is a similar button. It is nowadays it's showing in our phones. See, this is like, see here, switch is here. We can able to do this switch. Normally it's Wi-Fi on and off, like that we are using nowadays. So for this also, what are the properties are there? So for the switch also, there is no specific properties. If you want to apply, you can apply these two properties. Remaining all are this common. So like this, here also text is there. So because of the text, if you want to apply color, margin, padding and all, you can apply here. So I'm applying the common properties what we used as of now. Color, padding, everything I used here. So even for this also, the listener is common. So what is that listener here? So first we need to define here switch. So can I define switch like this? Switch. It's not taking switch here. Here one is there. Why? Because it's not taking the switch means just now we seen that switch case. So here what we are defining here, this is user defined, but user can define anything here except keywords and class names that we can define, but switch is the keyword because we switch we are using for the switch case. So because of that it won't accept. Because of that I put as a switch one. Then here I'm applying the listener. That is, first we need to find view by id, that is r.id. Switch one. Then after this, here I need to apply, that is a switch one dot set unchecked change listener new compound dot unchecked change listener. Then same I can write here. This is, so here instead of the T, I'll put S on, S off. It means switch on, switch off. See, I'm running this application. We'll see this code again here. See here, S on, S off, T on, T off, male, female, everything like this. It is working this. So this is means switch, toggle button, checkbox. 3 as a similar. Radio button is also almost similar, but it's a little bit different. So it means up to listener it is the same. Only while applying here inside of the logic, it's a little bit different. It's based on the radio button ID. We need to update like this. So these all are the up to. So some components we did, and the next component we discuss in next class. Like we have floating action button, chip group, image button, other components are there. Those one by one we'll discuss in next class. So up to this, just you can practice so that we can start in the next class image button and other some components. Okay. Okay, thank you.